Thanks to Epic Games for sponsoring this video. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we are going to be seeing if these racers think that their cars are hot or not. You can kind of tell a lot based on their asking price for the car that they are trying to sell. So today we're going to go on Facebook Marketplace and look around for some racers. If we can find any that think they got the next car that might end up in a, I don't know, Rocket League. And that brings us to today's sponsor. Saddle up! Rocket League Season 4 is raring to hit the dusty trail. Assemble your posse and ride into the new Deadeye Canyon Arena. Get ready to hogtie the latest items in the all-new Rocket Pass, featuring the latest car, Outlaw, plus 70 ties of the shiniest loot around, including the no-name topper, tanker wheels, Amico decal, and the lava boost. New Rocket Pass, season challenges, and more. Season 4 is now out, and this season is Outlaw/Western themed. Meet at high noon, win your duels, and become the tall tale of the competitive ranks. Earn competitive rewards at the end of Season 4. Here's what's wanted in the town: saves, assists, and goals. Keep weekly and season challenges and receive a bounty of XP and items. Wrangle your friends and join the hoedown in competitive tournaments. Now join 2v2 and extra mode tournaments. New Rootin' Tootin' items have been added for Season 4 tournaments. Season 4 takes place between August 11th and November 17th, so there's plenty of time to rack up all the loot. With this season, there are new weekly and season challenges to complete. Download Rocket League for free and play the new season now. I'll leave the link in the description box. Thank you to Epic Games for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and dive in with the first bad ride. 2012 Mitsubishi Eclipse, 2012, 163,000 miles. That's a pretty cool model right there. It's the Eclipse 2012 from 2012. But a homeboy here decided to make his Eclipse look like that very fast, very cool Audi R8. And I don't know if he succeeded. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say he failed. It takes a lot more to make your car look like an Audi than spray painting a couple panels black. And that what you got is one confused looking panda. He doesn't know what he's trying to identify as, but it is anything but an Audi R8. Through all of the Ricer spray paint, he does have some sort of chassis bracing in the hatch, which is helpful, but not as helpful as his cool, super sick bumper heat extractors. Going to Home Depot and buying some little vents to stick or drill into your bumper, that's not what it takes to modify your car. This is about a $5 mod right here, and I've seen people do it on all sorts of cars, but doing it back here just doesn't make much sense. Now, there is a thing that Honda boys do where they cut the holes in the rear because they think that the bumper acts as almost like a parachute. It's just a huge point for drag. I don't buy it. It might be, but for most Honda boys pushing 150 horsepower, I don't think you need it. This ain't no Honda. This ain't no Audi R8. What this is a pile of garbage. And I am definitely not one of those people that think that this is a car that's worth $5,000. Especially with 163,000 miles, this guy drove to the moon and back. Looking like this too. He probably does have really thick skin, because I'm sure there were a few people, at least if he has any good friends, that probably said, hey man, you probably shouldn't be driving it looking like that. Especially with the Home Depot vents. Let me know what you guys think though. At least I don't think he is too full of himself. $4,500 isn't all that bad. But then again, when your mods consist of $5 or $10 plus this little homemade diffuser, I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Next car, we have a 2010 Ford Fusion. Sorry, my guinea pigs are going berserk in the corner, and they're just flopping around in their cage. I just fed them, so they're not starving. They are going crazy. If you hear them in the background, I'm sorry. Anyways, this one's sold. Now, he was asking $5,700, and maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is not. We're about to find out. So let's take a look. This first photo, now it's just a little glimpse, okay? It's just a partial shot of what is to be. And what it is a steaming pile of doo-doo. Because everywhere you look on this car, there are just really lame Ricer mods. Like, let's go back to the first photo. We have heat extractors and a fake hood scoop. The heat extractors are facing the wrong way, and the hood scoop has spikes on it with a skull. If this isn't the most Kyle 6th grader car I've ever seen, I don't know what is. The only thing it is missing is a monster logo. It has fake canards, fake fender vents. What is going on with this car? All of that and you're still on stock wheels? Come on, man. Come on. Going to the rear, we have skulls, it looks like, on his aggressive diffuser. We got red trim. There's one thing that is a fact in the Ricer scene, and that is spray painting anything red means that you're fast. And this guy got a frickin' 12-pack of red spray paint, because everything that he could spray paint is spray painted. Looking at the side, he has a side skirt on top of a side skirt, which is great. Super aerodynamic right there. He could probably fly through the air, maybe even make a goal or two if you're asking me. The wing on the back is pointed straight up. Well, not straight up, but it is signifying that it will add lift to the vehicle. So he still has the stock wheels on, but he's got these bad boys in the garage. Man, I'd throw on these bad boys straight from 2002. They definitely belong on the 2010 Fusion. What's with this guy on spikes? Everywhere he could put little spikes, he can put them. Homeboy's spirit animal is a porcupine. More red spray paint. I'm surprised the Ford logo isn't red. More skulls, more really cool decals, Racing ST. I don't think there's a Fusion ST, at least not from this generation, so that's a lie. Spray painted on the wheels as well. What more can I say? This car just looks like an AutoZone special. Everything he could spray paint, he did. Surprised we didn't get any shots of the interior, but I am 99% sure there's rattle cam trim pieces in there as well. Now, surprisingly, he didn't do anything underneath the hood. No rattle can, no nothing, and that's probably because he doesn't bother opening it anywhere, because he doesn't give a damn about the motor. Not a real car guy. Sorry, man. Moving on to the next build. This one did sell, so, I mean, there's another guy out there rocking this car. Next car is a 2006 Hyundai Tiburon, and he's asking $6,000. I'm not a huge Hyundai guy, but $6,000 for an 06 Tiburon seems a little steep for me. He does flex the horsepower in the description, 180 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. Not really. First things first, gigantic wing on the back. Every race car needs a big wing. If you've been told otherwise, they were lying to you. This one has the thinnest Wolverine scratch marks I've ever seen. He must have got his nails filed that day because he didn't do much damage to this one. He has a Skunk 2 license plate. I'll be very interested to see what's underneath the hood. A nice ABS plastic lip that is bolted to his bumper, which means it's doing absolutely nothing. And then this weird fart can looking intake, which is, again, just weird. The idea behind this is weird. Like, I know it's cool and it's carbon fiber if it's real, but the design is pointless. Why would you go from a small chamber to a big chamber to back to a small chamber? That's working backwards. That is not doing anything. This is, if anything, a choke point now, which is, once again, not good. He has some sort of aftermarket manifold right here. Maybe this is the Skunk 2. I don't know. Don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's on a clapped out, riced out Hyundai Tiburon. Asking $6,000. Now, Hyundai boys, let me know down in the comments. Is it worth $6,000? Did the big wing impress you? Did the dual titanium exhaust tips, which I guarantee aren't titanium, impress you? Did the long tube header impress you? Need I say more? Let me know down in the comments. It's coming with a lot of power, 180 horsepower, more than enough to get gapped by a Honda Odyssey. So let's go move on to the next car. Alright, this is the worst offender so far. It's a 1996 Honda Civic, and he's asking $5,000. Now you might be wondering, Drew, where's the Honda Civic? I don't see anything that resembles a Honda Civic, and that's because this guy buried it under a lot of Bondo and a lot of bodywork. Somewhere beneath there is a little Honda Civic, but it is underneath that GTR, my bad, R34 GTR front end with the Beamer grills. I don't know what's going on with the kidney grills right there. It looks funky. The rear end gets even worse. I have no freaking idea where these taillights are from, what they're off of. It makes no sense to me. For all I know, they're stock Civic taillights just oriented really wrong. But whoever decided to take the freaking saw to this trunk, what's with these body lines? Why is it like this? This makes no sense. Where does the license plate even go? I think this is the license plate right here, and it tilts up and down. Probably illegal. And what are these on the back of the trunk? Are these like fake vents going, like what is this? Do rocket thrusters come out of there? The interior, the worst offender of all day. What is going on this interior? Homeboy really loves the color red. And as we know from previous cars, red equals speed. So underneath the hood, he followed the trend. Red painted valve cover on that single cam Honda motor. Got a little bit of overspray, it looks like back here. Got the AEM cold air intake. Gonna suck up all the water right in front of that tire. There's a lot of stuff going on this car. Way too much stuff to cover in one video, I feel. But he's only asking $5,000. And why did you move your cluster to the center, but your radio directly in front of you? That seems a little backwards to me. I feel like car manufacturers are pretty good at designing cars, but if you gotta look and break your neck to stare at your frickin' gas gauge or your tachometer, that's a bad design. He also has 2 radios or a DVD player. Maybe for these tiny little screens. That'll also distract you. Not a very good layout if you ask me. Anyways, for $5,000, maybe this will be a very cheap way to get some R34 headlights. I would imagine they're pretty expensive because super headlights are expensive, and those are legal. R34s aren't even legal yet, so those bad boys, probably a shiny penny. Next car, another Honda Civic, and this one is a little bit confused as well. The last one thought it was an R34. This one thinks it's the Eclipse from Fast and the Furious. 1998 Honda Civic, asking $5,000 once again. This one, well, I just don't know. I feel like if I was going to make a Honda out of some sort of Fast and the Furious car, I would make it after the Hondas in the first Fast and the Furious. I don't know why you would go and make it after a different car from Fast and the Furious, specifically one in the same movie, but to me that seems a little bit backwards. It seems like somebody doesn't know what car they want. You go and you buy the 98 Honda Civic and you decide to make it look identical to the Eclipse from Fast and the Furious. It's not even the Supra either, it's the Eclipse. I mean, it's also just as iconic, but still, I just don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if I'm crazy down in the comments, but if you're going to go ahead and copy a car from Fast and the Furious, and that car happens to be in Fast and the Furious, and you own that same car from Fast and the Furious, maybe copy the original car that you own. I mean, it's not identical, but it's still a Honda Civic. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot of mumbo jumbo. Taking a closer look at his build, though, he also has an American flag on the roof. Doesn't make much sense because I don't remember that from the movie. It's also on a Japanese car, so it doesn't make much sense there either. He has some vents. They're probably maybe real, maybe not. I don't know. They kind of look real. Doesn't show underneath the hood once. Guarantee there isn't anything modified on the car except for the exterior. I mean, taking one look at this thing, it just lets you know it's not going very fast. Definitely all out of boost. But that double-decker wing with the green spray-painted drum brakes, I don't know. Maybe he's got something in the trunk. Maybe he's got a little extra nitrous. Highly doubtful, though. Like, highly doubtful. $5,000, though, seems a little steep for me. Last car is a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta, and now he's asking $3,300 with $33. I don't think he wants cash. It sounds like possible trades only, and he's looking at a lot of stuff. I don't know. Like, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He said he's been working on this car all summer, fixing and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he's been working on because this car looks broken already. Like, the first photo shows something that's broken right here, which isn't a good sign. But then he went and chopped a hole in your hood just to stick your cheap cold air intake out of it. That's not good. You shouldn't let it suck up all the elements like that. Like, there's a reason why stuff is covered, and that's because you don't want a bunch of elements and a bunch of debris on your car. Side dump exhaust right in front of the nice and fiberglass quarter panel. I'm betting there's just a whole family of rust living right underneath all of that. Listen, if you're ever desperate for a paint job, the last thing you should do is rattle can your whole car. It never really looks that good. Like, even if you think you're a Picasso with a rattle can, it never really looks that good. He didn't do too bad of a job. I will give him props. That door is pretty smooth. But in this photo, you can see the hood is blotchy, the fenders are blotchy, even that once immaculate door, blotchy. And don't even get me started on the gold spray painted wheels. Like, you didn't even tape up the wheels. I'm guessing it was just for fun. He's probably not a very serious car. It is what it is, but at the end of the day, I gotta critique something. And this poor Jetta, it's been abused. Let me know what you think, though. Did he actually build the motor? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, just because of the gold spray painted wheels. And I feel like he'd have more than a cold air intake if he actually went and built the motor. But let me know. I'm open to a discussion. Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down below. Guys, go into the description, click on the link, go play some Rocket League. It is free, it is fun, you will not regret it. Thank you to Epic Games for sponsoring this video. Subscribe to see more videos like this one, and until next video, peace.